Shauna. Okay, so like I've said before in other videos, check them out if you haven't seen them. I am doing Aceable Agent. So I want to show you not only the materials I bought to, you know, start my real estate journey, becoming a real estate agent journey. Side note, I discovered real estate agent and realtors are not the same thing. Like there are classes like low, you know, like middle class, high class. Basically, real estate agent is low class, realtor is high class. Maybe one day I'll do the realtor thing, but it turns out that costs a lot of money to be in the realtor class versus the real estate agent class. It is what it is. But here's the thing, I want to show you guys the materials, and then I want to show you like a little bit more details about Aceable Agent. First off is that the materials I bought was not a lot. I spent maybe like 10-15 bucks on materials for my real estate journey. First off, I bought me a hole puncher because I originally had a hole puncher, a cheap one. It broke, and then I was like, I'll just buy one of these. And then I was to be cheap for $1, and then I was like, girl, why you bought one of these? This is too much more work. And then but then it was like, girl, but it still work, don't worry about it, because you don't want to go and spend like $8-9 on another one. Finally I bit the bullet. I was like, bite the bullet, it's $8. What you mean bite the bullet? But I went ahead and got me an actual hole puncher because I got this a binder, which is also like $1, $1.50 or whatever. And then I got a calculator. And now you're like, well, why do you need a calculator? You got a calculator on your phone. First off, real estate does require some form of math calculations. It just is what it is. And you're like, well, you got one on your phone or your tablet or your computer, just use that. No, the reason why I got a calculator is because when you're taking the exam, they allow you to use calculators. Do not allow you to use your phone, because again, yeah, I'm using my calculator when really you're on Google looking up answers, you know? So I got an actual like dollar calculator from like Walmart. Then I got these dividers right here, another $1. These dividers. Now you're like, well, did you get a notebook to write like notes? No, because I figured why spend extra money if I could just do this. First off, Aceable is in chapters. There's 15 chapters. So I divided each note tab like every 3 chapters. Chapters 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 13, or something like that, and then it ends at 15. So every tab is like 3 chapters. Chapter 9 is like the middle point where it's just review of all 1 through 8. So that's one thing to know. But what I did is like when I print the chapter summaries, because on Aceable Agent they give you chapter summaries you can print out. So when I print out the chapter summaries, and then I say I go to a page, ooh, show right. I go to a page, on the side of the page I made extra notes. So just on the backs up here I make notes for over here. So I don't actually need an actual notebook. I just write down the notes, whatever extra notes I want to do on here. The cool thing about Aceable Agent is that everything is audio. So words will pop on the screen, paragraphs and all, but you don't actually have to read it. You can just listen to the guy talk. So that's plus, because you know, when I read, I get distracted. So I'll be reading and then all of a sudden my mind drifts somewhere else. And I'm like, oh, focus on what you're reading on. So it's cool that he talks and all I have to do is listen or read along and listen. So that's A+ with Aceable. Aceable also has something like mini game, not games, but kind of like flashcard sessions. So questions too. You'll be reading a level. You'll read a level, so level 1. You'll be reading, well, this is just like summary versions of the level, but you'll be going through information, and all of a sudden the next slide is a question. So you got to answer that question. Now, answering these questions, you can get them right or get them wrong. They do not penalize you. But at the end of that level, so you finish level 1, at the end of that level, then you'll have a mini test of that level to make sure you actually paid attention and read in that level. Now, they'll give you 3 questions in that mini level. You have to pass those 3 questions. I think it gives you 3 tries to pass that test. You have to pass those 3 questions with 100%, get all 3 right. If you don't, they make you start the whole level all over again. I have yet to have to start the whole level over again, but it's I kind of semi-cheat. I don't have to, but some of them I'm like, wait, I really don't remember the answer to that question. I got the summary notes, just look it up. But I noticed later in the chapters, the questions they ask aren't in the summary notes, so I'm like, dang. But luckily I've got them right. Whoop, whoop. Yep. What else is there? What else is there? Let me think. A lot of the stuff I would say is a little bit, that's the reason why I'm going faster than the average person would, because not that I'm skipping, but I'm like skim reading. I'm like, okay, no, next. Okay, yeah, next. Okay, yeah, next. Because it starts talking about certain stuff that is like self-explanatory. You should already know, like, the whole, especially as like someone who looks like this, it'll have a whole section about discrimination. You shouldn't discriminate off somebody's color or race, or it's just like, well, that is an absolute given, duh, next. I don't need to know about all that. I live my life by that, you know? So it's just like another slide would be like, oh, you should be an honest, trustworthy person with dignity and respect and treat everybody fairly. It's just like, that's a given, skip. I don't need to know all that. Just being a good human being, you automatically gonna get those questions right, you know? So that's probably why a lot of them I'm like going real fast, because it's like some of them are just like common sense, and some of them are like, I didn't even realize this kind of stuff happened. Something called like funny words that I'm remembering, commingling, meaning like when real estate agents take sellers and mix it with their own money and put it in their bank account, that kind of stuff. It's like, that is a thing. Okay, you be stealing your client's money like that. Or something called redlining is when like literally mortgage companies will put a red line around communities that look like me and be like, don't give loans to people in this area. It's like, what? I didn't know that. Some crazy stuff. But yeah, it's just like, I'm going pretty good. Those are my notes. I spent like I said, 10-15 bucks on supplies. I didn't get an actual notebook because I just take notes within the actual forms in here. They do also give you a vocab section of all the vocabs within all the chapters. My goal is to finish this as soon as possible. Like, I feel like this, it will be easily passed. Just finish this as soon as possible. And then what I really want to do, like I bought this book right here, and for the actual exam, I really digitally, you know what word I'm trying to say, read this book from top to bottom over and over again to pass the actual Texas exam and the national exam. That way, you know, because this stuff is cool and all, but I feel like it doesn't give you, it probably is like giving you the bare minimum, the basics, and on those exams they're probably going to go in full extreme detail, because if everybody could be a real estate agent, then everybody would be a real estate agent. There's a reason why some people failed at those two like actual exams. So that's it. That's all I got to say. Anything I left out? I do know within, while you're taking this, so if you got the idea, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna pay my little nephew to take the exam for me, or I'm gonna pay my brother or my sister to go in there and just go on the ACEable or whatever and let them do it, and I'll pay them 20 bucks to finish the course for me or whatever. Here's the thing about that, they do have periodically stuff like this right here. These screens that pop up to try to verify to make sure it's you. Now, from what they've done this to me like 5 times, periodically, random out the blue. Hey, is this you? Prove it. Which number belongs to your phone number? Now, it's the same question over and over again so far. It's just asked me which number belongs to my phone number, the missing number in my phone number. And honestly, all you gotta do is whoever you, I shouldn't say this because you shouldn't be cheating like that, but all I'm saying, if somebody hypothetically were to try to cheat and have somebody else take the course for them, all they would have to do, hypothetically speaking, is write down their phone number for that person. So that security measure doesn't make sense to me. There are times where there are cute little story videos that pop up on the screen and cute little, like, it's a very cute And simple way to take a real estate course. You go at your own pace. If you like, I hear people say this a lot, but it's true. I can't do that. Be like, if I hear them say like this, if you're on the grocery store waiting in line, you can just pull your phone up and listen to it and take your class. Who's really at the grocery store in line like, let me study for this course? This is like, no, your mind elsewhere. You do, okay, is that lady? Hurry up, lady, I gotta go. I wanna get back in my car. It's just like, are you sitting at the, no. I do this when I'm at home and have like free time to actually tune the world out. I don't need to be in the world because the world has too many distractions. So yeah, but if you're that type of person who can be like at the park playing with your kid and be on the phone and not focus on your kid about to run in the street, go for it. I'm not that person. Yeah, that's it. This video is longer than I like it to be. Thank you for watching. I'm out. If I forget anything, I'll let you guys know on the next update of my journey. I got quite a few more steps to go, but we shall do this together. Bye.